Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel, The English Studio. Today's our topic is how to make time for everything. I'm Emily Carter, here with James Bennett, and today we're all about making time work for you, not against you. And James, I feel like lately everyone I talk to says the same thing. I just don't have enough hours in the day.
Absolutely, Emily. It's almost like a badge of honor in some circles, isn't it? But let's be honest, most of the time the problem isn't the actual hours. For me at least, it's about what's happening inside my head. You know, that morning brain fog, where every thought is a car jostling for space on a busy motorway. It's chaos in there.
Oh yes, the great British mental traffic jam. I always think, if my brain were a motorway, there'd be a pile-up before breakfast every day. But I heard you found a way to clear that traffic, James.
Yeah, well, so, not to sound too dramatic, but I used to wake up absolutely overwhelmed. I'd sit there with a list as long as my arm, and by the time I'd scrolled through my phone and probably watched a dog riding a skateboard, I'd already lost an hour. Then I tried something absurdly simple. Before touching anything else, I'd just jot down 3 things, just my top 3, on a bit of paper. That's it. Honestly, it was like installing traffic lights in my head. Suddenly the noise settled and I could actually get moving.
That's brilliant. Because 3 tasks feels doable, doesn't it? Like you're not staring at a big messy pile, but 3 friendly stepping stones instead. And I think, well, I might be wrong here, but just writing them down kind of tells your brain, "Oi, let's head this way," instead of letting chaos drive.
Exactly. And another simple trick was putting my phone away for the first 30 minutes of the day. I suppose you could say I finally stopped letting notifications control my mornings. A bit like closing all the unnecessary lanes on the motorway so only the essentials get through first thing.
Love that. So if you're listening, start with your top 3 and guard those first precious half-hour minutes from the endless scroll. It's not perfect, but it really does help calm the chaos, right?
Right, it won't give you more hours, sadly, but it clears the road enough to use the hours you have so much better. And I suppose, if nothing else, it's about giving yourself a bit of direction, not just speed.
Exactly. And speaking of energy, let's talk about how to actually keep that mental engine running once the road's clear. Because just having time isn't enough if your brain battery is flat.
Yeah, you can't really drive anywhere on an empty tank, even if the traffic's gone, right? I've learned it's not about squeezing more into each hour, but about small tweaks to protect your energy when it matters most. Emily, do you do anything special to guard your best moments of the day?
Oh, completely. My so-called magic hour is actually after 10 p.m, which is probably not what most productivity books recommend. But honestly, it's when my brain just lights up, so I always try to save that hour for creative work and keep everything else at bay. I set little boundaries. No phone, no emails, ideally no people if I can get away with it.
Brilliant. And I think it's about tuning in to when you're most alert, right? For some, it's crack of dawn, and well, I'm definitely not that person. But for others, it's the middle of the night. The key thing is you don't need more time as much as you need your best energy in the time you've got.
And if you can protect even 1 power hour, that focus stretch where you build something important, your whole day shifts. But what about those tiny resets? You know, quick stretches, a glass of water, just closing your eyes for a minute.
Yes. People laugh, but I swear, 2 slow breaths at my desk does more for my productivity than a whirlwind of coffee ever could. These little pauses recharge your battery. It's not about sitting still for ages, just giving yourself tiny resets so you don't run dry by lunchtime.
Exactly. And rest isn't wasted time at all. I mean, science backs that up, but I feel it. When I actually listen to my body and stop to stretch, my ideas get clearer, my focus gets sharper. It's like changing the water in a vase so the flowers, aka your brain, don't wilt before noon.
And tying it back to priorities. If you know when you're freshest, you can plan your big rocks for those windows. Maybe it's a report in the morning or calls in the afternoon. Save the smaller stuff for when you're on autopilot.
Absolutely. And honestly, one of the biggest time leaks for me used to be people, messages, requests, surprises stealing away my magic hour. Learning to say, not right now, softly but firmly has been a lifesaver. Boundaries aren't rude. They're like mental seatbelts.
Yes, your time is as precious as anyone else's. Protecting your energy and your magic hour is the best investment you'll ever make. When your focus meets your peak energy, you'll be amazed at what you can actually get done. But there's still one thing left. Being kind to yourself when things don't go as planned, which, let's be honest, is most days.
I feel this part so deeply, James. Some days, honestly, the only thing you can do is just keep breathing and take one small step. There was a whole week where my big rock was literally just showing up and staying awake.
Absolutely, Emily. It's easy to think we're failing if we're not smashing every goal every single day. But in reality, growth isn't this lovely upward slope. It's lumpy, sometimes slow. It's human. I try to remind myself, one tiny win is still a step forward.
Yes! Honestly, even celebrating getting out of bed on a rough day, that's progress. And forgiving yourself for mistakes or times when you just can't. That's not being lazy, that's being a wise potato, as you said once. I still love that. Gentle, low to the ground, but full of wisdom.
Ha! I stand by the wise potato analogy. It's about learning when to push and when to pause. Focusing on one thing at a time and actually acknowledging the small victories makes life feel lighter, less overwhelming. Otherwise, you just carry guilt around, and honestly, who's got time for that?
Absolutely. If you're listening, let yourself make slow progress. Celebrate the tiniest wins. If you messed up today, forgive yourself and try again tomorrow. Focus on just one thing if you need to. That's how real growth happens. Not with pressure or big leaps. Just tiny steps and kindness every day.
Couldn't agree more. You don't have to conquer the day to have a good one. Just stay in the journey, one little action at a time. Every attempt is progress, even if it's a quiet, potato-shaped step.
And you are enough, just as you are, even on messy, slow days. Thanks for spending your time with us, and remember, every step counts. James, this has been lovely as always.
It really has, Emily. I think we could all use a bit more self-compassion along with our to-do lists. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Look after yourselves, keep making time for what matters, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye for now, James, and goodbye to all our listeners. Take care and see you next time.